So I'm sitting in a power chair. I'm not sure how getting out of here is going to work.
We're not going to get your power chair out of here, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We'll just sit tight till your ride gets here.
Okay. Yeah. I always wondered if the locking system would work on these chairs if you do get into an accident. I guess now we know.
It locks it, it can go forward now.
I'm glad I put the seatbelt around this soccer guard. It kept it from flying forward and hitting me in the head.
I can't believe you're just normally talking and
I am too, like.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
no worries. Sorry about your evening, but glad you're okay.
Yeah, thank you.
You guys take care, okay?
Yeah, see you later.
Okay, I'm gonna shut
Okay,
this off.
we're clear.
You are so lucky.
Seriously. Like I said, I don't know why. I don't know how I didn't flip. Like,
Me neither.
and that other chair in the back, and I mean, that was not a good thing. Before we continue on too far here, yes, I'm fine. It's amazing that I walked away from that. Walked away. I mean, I've got some bruising, and ooh. So that's gotten worse. Let's see, we got some other stuff over here, and the nice farmer's tan. And yeah, wearing pants is kind of a problem right now because my whole left side hip is a little bit bruised. The doctors want to see me back every 3 days to make sure that all the bruising and stuff I have on my lower extremities doesn't develop into like a bigger hematoma or like clot or something like that. I mean, no broken bones. This is from my breathing mask. My right knee's got a few contusions on it and whatnot, but I mean, nothing bad at all. Anyways, right after it happened and after I called for help while I was waiting, I decided to pick up the camera and record some stuff in the van. So let's check that out. So this just happened. Apparently the steering rack broke on this van and I am off the road in the woods. Airbag deployed. Yeah, the easy lock worked, so that's good. Fun stuff. Of course, I had another soccer chair in here as well. Don't think it's too much more of a mess back there than usual. There's some wires and stuff. I didn't even know the airbag worked on this thing. I'm actually kind of surprised. Yeah, I think we're good. Make sure I'm not bleeding too profusely here. I don't think my legs hit anything. Let me pull my jeans up here. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, some abrasions on my knee. At least this one. I think this one looks okay. Well, now we wait for the fire crew and see how hard it is to get someone in a power chair out of a vehicle that's off the road. I'm about 5 feet below the road surface. I actually used Siri to call 911. I had a little bit of an adrenaline buzz, and using my fingers and dialing the phone wasn't exactly the easiest thing in the world. And at this point, I'm just kind of on autopilot. Like I always say in past lives, I've had a lot of training doing other things, and one of the main things that is focused on is completely getting rid of that deer in the headlights pausing moment. When something crazy happens and you freeze up and just stare, all the training I've had is focused on making sure that doesn't happen. Basically retraining your muscle memory, and when something bad does happen, you just instantly react, or fairly instantly as compared to the general population. For a split second after I realized what was going on, I didn't realize the airbag in that van worked, and I didn't notice that it had deployed. So I left the road surface. Next thing I know, I'm stopped. I seem to be able to move around, but I noticed a lot of smoke in the air, and there's these sounds of metal fatigue happening. It's the kind of a ticking noise that metal makes when it's changing temperature rapidly. I hear that, I see the smoke, I smell a little bit of burning that's weird. So immediately I'm like, I gotta get out of this van, this thing's on fire. But I can't see anything outside. I don't know what the slope of the ground is. I don't know if it's swamp. I don't know if I'm in the creek. And the fact that it's so dark, I just can't get my bearings. So I try to get the door open. And for a split second, I realized that the panic was starting to creep in just a little bit. And that's the one thing. Now, I'm speaking for myself, someone that's had a lot of training and experience and gone through scenarios of similar things, but they test you in a car underwater. Obviously, I'm not in a wheelchair in that scenario, but I noticed a little bit of panic starting to creep in. So I took a second, got that under control, and you know, I've got every vehicle I have. I carry multiple fire extinguishers in. Obviously, if it is on fire, you probably want to get out of it. I am capable of bailing out of the driver's door, assuming it will open. Obviously, I'll just be on the ground, but it's better than being in a vehicle that's on fire. But I take a second or two, I get my brain under control. I notice a few things. I don't see any glowing outside, it's just dark. The smoke smell that I'm smelling is not like an electrical burning smell. If it was a fuel fire, it would instantly flash up and there'd be a ton of smoke. I was just seeing like weird wispy white stuff. And also in that moment, I looked down and I realized, oh, the airbag works and it deployed. Airbag is deploying, use a couple 1,000-degree rocket booster motors, especially the old ones. They are very violent. They're also encased in talcum powder, so you get a lot of dust and smoke. So I stopped, listened, it was quiet. When fire's burning, you can usually hear things going on, especially if it's accelerating. And I realized, okay, I think we're good. I calmed down, managed to get the driver's door open. It was important for me to look down and see the ground, so I knew where that was. Then I kind of paused and I was like, all right, I think we're good. I saw traffic passing on the road. I could see the headlights up above me. No one stopped, which in this case was actually probably a better thing, because creating extra chaos and extra people stopping on that road, and then they find out I'm in a wheelchair, things can get really complicated really fast. And if you don't have emergency lights and you're stopped on a windy road, people can potentially run into them or they'll drive into the woods. So in this particular case, it was best that no one saw me. So grabbed my phone, called for help. That was an interesting conversation. I had to make sure they understood that, you know, although I'm not injured, I need fire crews to come out because I am not able to get out of my vehicle. I'm not able to get up to the street. Like, people are gonna have to carry me. So they sent people out. My time scale is a little bit off. I feel like it was no more than 10 minutes before they showed up. I recorded that little clip you just saw. And so yeah, fire department gets there. For the most part, they were pretty awesome. There was some argument as to whether they were going to bring my chair up to the road. They put me in a giant sling and they carried me up there. First off though, I called my friend and his parents drove down in their wheelchair van. And so we waited for them to arrive, and then they carried me up and put me in the back of their van on this sling. And his dad went and talked to them, and surprise, surprise, they brought my chair up. Now, I did still have the soccer chair in the van. I just had them leave that in there, but I just needed the C300 or the steampunk chair that I was in. But yeah. So out in the middle of nowhere, like, I'm glad I was nearby my friend's place. I'm glad they were available. I'm glad they had a wheelchair van. Because I don't know what you do in that situation. But anyhow, we once the tow truck got there, everyone was in a real big hurry. They wanted to get the road reopened. Like, they didn't even roll medical out there. They didn't ask me if I was in pain or if my neck was messed up. Everyone's concern was just to get the highway reopened. Even though there was one lane open at all times, whatever. But so the tow truck got there and they loaded us into the van and said, all right, get out of here. It turns out that my friend's dad knows the guy that owns a tow truck company, so he had them tow it back to their place, which wasn't too far away. So I just wanted to explain some of that. It is an interesting scenario when you're in a chair and you end up having to use emergency services. But Yeah, my chair did get a little bit damaged, but yeah, let's jump back into the video here.
Let's see what the van looks like. Oh yeah, so the whole front motor mount is pushed back about a foot, so it shoved the entire engine and transmission into the firewall. That's why that came in like that. Yeah, see how the firewall's all pushed in from the engine and transmission shoving it in?
Oh, yeah.
Good times.
I don't know about you, but something tells me it's totaled.
Oh, you think? It was totaled before this happened.
Right? All right, buddy. Well, hey,
All right.
glad to see you're all right.
Yeah, thanks.
So, take her easy, and I'll make your fur.
All right.
Not a problem.
Yep. Let's see here. Oh, there's my headphones. Oh, here's the food. Still good. Got a little bit of potato leakage, but I think we're all right. Wait, damn it! There's a full tank of fuel in this.
Oh no, we'll take care of that.
I'm not sucking on no hose.
Yeah, that's ethanol free. That's like $4.95 a gallon. Oh, that doesn't close anymore.
Where is it?
See how this is further out than this. So I think if he just puts a wrench on here and tweaks the whole thing out, we should be good.
Get over here.
Oh, we got it. A little bit better. Okay, let's take a look at that. I think we're pretty dang close. I just got to go like a total of 20 feet in it.
Yeah, I think.
I got all the parts, so it'll take me like 10 minutes to fix, so as long as I can get in the van, we're fine.
Okay.
So, Dan, what actually happened? Why did you crash your van into a tree? Pretty easy. Old, early 90s Chrysler products. Their steering racks are very unreliable. Sometimes they become completely disconnected. Sometimes you'll get suddenly huge amounts of play in the steering. The road I was driving on, there's a hill going up, there's the road, and then a drop going off. And I'm headed down. I ended up veering to the right because I was turning to the left and the van wasn't responding. So I turned a little harder and then eventually it turned left and I went flying off the embankment. As far as what actually caused it, I don't know. If the steering became completely disconnected, I mean, the wheels could have been fluttering because one tire went off the road and then maybe that kicked the other one over. If one tire became disconnected, depending on the weight, because sometimes when the linkage breaks or your crossover link breaks, one tire is flopping but the other one's still connected to the wheel. Or where the main steering shaft comes down and connects, maybe that whole thing is loose, so your tires are still connected together, but there's a lot of slack in the steering wheel. I don't know which one of them is. I don't think it became completely disconnected. I think something just came really loose, or maybe one tire came loose. But yeah, don't drive old Chrysler products. It's kind of funny. At one point I was like, oh, I think this van saved my life, you know, with all the steel and everything in it. Well, it also tried to kill me. So take that as you will. But anyhow, so I'm going to talk about my steampunk chair. I had two wheelchairs in the van, both of them got damaged. So I'm going to talk about that real quick, then we're going to head back out to my friend's place and take a look at this thing. My friend's coming back out to pick me up, and we're going to head back out to his place. That's where we had the van towed to, since it was nearby. The steampunk chair sustained some damage, and I can't exactly use it right now. I'm pretty sure it was because of the other wheelchair or the soccer chair that I had. By the way, this is from my breathing mask. That's not anything to do with this. That soccer chair slammed up against the passenger seat and pretty much destroyed the passenger seat, and I think it hit the back of this chair as well. This caster arm is in and down at an angle, and the wheel's kind of like that. Also, it interferes with the corner of the chassis there. And also the bearings, something is really screwed up, and this doesn't want to swivel either. So I do have parts for this. I've got a new arm I can put on here and some other stuff. The only reason I mentioned that is I'm going to be headed back out there to their place here in a little bit, and I don't want to use the F3 because The van's kind of in a field, like muddy grass and stuff, and I don't want to mess up this chair. And yeah, I'm really curious to go look at the van in the daylight. I think I found something that will work. I've settled on the, I don't know what to call it. It's a Quantum Q6 Edge 1, but it's a Franken chair. And it's that disgusting yellow color. Ugh. But I think this will work fine. And if I recall, I think these side guards, I adjusted them so I can take them off the F3 and put them on here backwards on the other side. Yeah, there we go. And they're just right. I'm gonna hop into this thing. I don't care if I get mud and dirt on this, so I think this will be the workhorse for the day. It has very small batteries in it, but that's okay. I'm not gonna be going that far. I just realized one of my end wrenches out of this set was in the back seat of the van. I don't think we spilled too much stuff on the ground. I mean, one of the back windows did break out, but I think hopefully everything should still be inside the van. The side door came off the track though when it was being towed, so hopefully too much stuff didn't blow or rattle out as a result of that. But anyways, friend's gonna be here in a little bit, and we'll head out there and look at some things. Well, that's kind of strange. There's a little more space out here now. I guess I could clean up all this grease sweep. Although I could have done that before. The leaks on it are fixed now, or they were. I'm sure there's some extra ones at this point, but yeah. We'll see if it picks the back of the skid steer off the ground. Yep. Run away! It's great because you can't see the forklift in this shot. Oh wow, that's pushing a lot further than a foot. Oh no, I left my hood ornament is somewhere in the woods.
Yep.
I'll just keep this part of it.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's a little bit wrinkled.
Oh boy. You shoved her back a little ways.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. That's a little ways back in the hole. And both headlights are fine.
They're a little closer together now.
No, they're like cross-eyed.
Yeah. Figured I'd try the hood release just for no reason.
Exactly, for no reason.
Oh, so the tri-pan actually didn't go anywhere. It's bent.
It's still there.
It's bent, but it's still attached, and it didn't rotate.
So I had to run into you.
Oh, it definitely impacted the airbag. The airbag's all sliced. Well, I'll wait till we get the ramp down, and I'll look at it from inside.
No, it's still on, buddy.
Yeah, perfect.
What do you think?
Whoa,
Can I turn that chair on and bring it out?
Let me set my bag down. I'm gonna go in there and take a look at it first.
Okay.
Yeah, so the reason this chair is all messed up is because this power chair flew forward and hit it. Oh, it's still powered on.
It's on.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to, oh, there's my front license plate. So we didn't leave evidence in the wood. It's right here on the floor. I don't know how that got in here, but maybe the tow truck driver threw it in.
Maybe it did.
Do you want to just grab that UPS box on the floor? That thing is brand new.
I'm gonna get these out first.
Okay. There's a seat belt around one of them.
Okay.
Well, one of them was behind the back seat, and that other one had the belt around it for a reason.
Yeah, no shit. There.
I always thought this thing would go by catching fire. Like, in the back of my mind, I was like, someday this thing's just gonna catch fire. Like, I know, like, and that didn't wind up being it.
all the actuators and the computer.
Yeah. Oh, there's my other umbrella. I didn't know where that was.
Well, bag at your water fish.
Yep. Oh, there's my coffee cup. I was wondering where that was this morning. Yeah, that chair's on, so I don't know what mode it's in. It might be a little crazy.
Huh?
It might try and move all crazy on you, but...
Oh, Roger's a whole shit stuck under the wheel.
Oh yeah, there's a bottle of brake fluid under there.
In better shape than
Oh yeah, that thing's not right anymore. It's listing to the right, and this, yeah, we tweaked that thing pretty good. Yeah, the whole motors and everything. It's all like leaning this way, and yeah. Well, at least we got more parts now, I guess.
oh boy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little tweaked.
Might be able to twist it back around.
Nah,
Nah, that thing's,
we tried that last night.
yeah, that thing's hosed.
Twist the wheel kit.
But you can tell because it did all this damage right here.
You got your good glasses.
Oh, sweet. Thank you. Hey, they're still good. Sweet. Oh, I guess I had another fire extinguisher right here. I forgot about that one.
You were worried about fire.
Oh, wow. So look how the whole dash, like the center console, see how the floor pushed the entire dash up? Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Yeah, that's all pushed up against the gas pedal. Random pen light. Man, yeah. Yeah, because normally the engine has the breakaway motor mounts and everything gets shoved down under the van, but since we have this, that's more like 14 inches or more of extra firewall, it just pushed everything forward. Yeah, so tri-pin, it's still here. My concern was that this thing would go flying off if the airbag set off, but it's just barely bent a tiny bit.
Yeah, not bad.
And so when it was here, there's just a very tiny abrasions on the airbag from it. But yeah, so I think because the ignition key was bent, so somehow my knee ended up all the way up here and hit the...
You might have been flying a little bit. Oh.
Well, like I said, there wasn't tire tracks for 15 feet from the road, so... crazy. Yeah, Alexa's not powered up. We'll take her out of here. Oh wait, I think that's hot glued in. Yep, there we go. Oh, so the floorboards are getting pushed in broke my cell phone charger. Because the dashboard's all pushed up in the air. Wow.
You did a good one here, Bob.
I am so amazed that, like, I'm just here talking about it. Yeah, so this is what happens when you have an understrained power chair. It jumps forward and that chair completely destroyed this seat and also itself. There's my new radiator. It's been in there about a week. What's crazy is I was in more pain from leaning over this thing and putting that radiator in than I am now after wrecking it. I don't know, it's just amazing how solid this stuff is.
That front end is swatted up. Yeah, it's just fun. I can tell by looking at this tire. So now I'm setting it on this red cloth table.
Okay.
Pick through what you want, what you don't want, and throw away.
I'm pretty sure everything in here I just use sheetrock screws to attach it.
Seems like the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Especially on that plastic shit. They seem to hold the best.
Oh yeah, bite's good.
Yep.
Plus who cares about all the holes apparently? Oh yeah, we got enough stuff in here to start our own forest. Tree bark and...
You got all kinds of bark and shit in there. You accept it.
Accept it, yes. Oh man, there's so much work in all this wiring. Well, got my itty bitty, super cute little diagonal cutters. I guess we'll just...
Speaker is disconnected. I'm taking it out.
Cool. Oh, you still screwing with that? No, don't worry about it then.
Probably.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, I didn't know you were still trying to get that off of there.
Okay, the
Jammed
black
in there.
wire went to...
Well, with any extension cord that looks like this, you know there's about to be some safety happening. We've got a 4-gang outlet
My father built that.
with a piece of wood and about 7 miles of electrical tape. I'm gonna get out of the van now.
You don't worry about little things like that. It's like, it's the least of your worries. This is lasting so long.
We make our extension cords out of pieces of plywood.
Hold on.
Almost there.
And we'll put a hole in the radiator now.
Okay, I got it.
Oh yeah, there we go. He got it. There it is. Oh wait, hang on a second. We got the hood props right here. There it is. Yeah, there. See, perfect. No problem.
My battery is good.
Yeah, I got seen a little bit of action, but
Whatever this went to was squished in.
This is a radiator. Yeah.
yeah, that's the part of the radiator that I was concerned it would disconnect itself.
Yeah, it disconnected itself. It's
Oh,
gone.
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I was talking about that.
You said that's going to fall off.
Yeah, I think we take it out.
Look.
Yeah, so the engine is a lot further up than it used to be and back.
This is completely smashed up to the.
Yeah, well, it's not this high normally too. Like the engine was normally like way down here. Wow.
Still holding oil.
Still got oil in it. It's a bonus. Oh wait, I want to see if my transmission's still in a pack. It's still. Oh, there's no way we're getting to that. It looks like it's okay, but
Less than 100 miles.
yeah. Always use a wrench that's wider than the terminals on the battery in case you drop it. A little bit of welding action.
Be fine. You only get a few sparks.
Get a picture, a video of me taking a picture.
7/16, are you good?
Nah,
I don't know what. Well, I mean, obviously something became disconnected because the engine shut off and there was no power.
Because this stopped it.
Yeah. But I couldn't get the lights or anything to
Oh.
go. Well, there you go. Cool.
You're done.
Say goodbye, pat her on the head.
Yeah, that's so crazy how further up and
So
back,
hard.
like,
Yeah. Just fucking jack that thing up.
yeah, it's, man.
just twisted it.
So it had to impact and then kind of come up in the air
It
and
would
sit
have had
back
to.
down.
Yeah, it would have had to come like
That's when the
that.
chair came flying at you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And somehow I levitated this high, my knee hit the freaking keys in the
Yeah,
ignition.
when you hit, you went in like that, and then when
And
it
then you
came
come
back
up.
down, it fooled you up.
And whatever I hit back there kept me from rolling, I'm pretty sure, where that window got taken out. Because it was at a weird angle, so. Oh, wait. This is still good. Battery tender cable.
Want to cut the ramp off?
Oh, yeah, let me get the rest of the stereo stuff out real quick, and then we can. Actually, I just got the ramp off. I don't think I need to get back in there. So we figured saving the sheet metal from the ramp might be handy, so he's working on grinding the welds off of there, so I can at least keep that ramp and use it for something else. Not necessarily another vehicle, but just as like a utility thing to have around. Because portable ramps are expensive. Yeah, something definitely came loose there.
Wow. Although, it's a lot easier to straighten than the other one.
I don't know, this thing has a lot more connection points on it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this thing is hosed. Like the frame is just like bent and... Yeah, that thing has seen better days. Caster's like not even on the ground. Oh yeah, I forgot that ramp was also holding the door in. Oh, it came with the finger smashing portion attached.
Yeah, I tried to save you the whole thing.
Cool. Well, made it back to the house. I've got a few boxes of some random stuff here. We pulled the hand controls out of the van. Got those here. I grabbed the stereo, some power inverter. Oh yeah, my coffee cup. Gotta have that. And then 2 of the speakers out of the back door. I also pulled the easy lock out of the floor. Not that I'm gonna use it in another van, but we also pulled out the folding ramp mechanism just because a piece of steel that is bent up on the edges and kind of made into a ramp, I think would be a handy thing just to have around anyways,
whether it's putting a ramp on the house or just having a portable thing to carry around, something like that. And also, because any good YouTuber that does automotive related stuff, whenever something happens, they have to take the hood off their vehicle and mount it on a wall somewhere. So we took the hood off the van. It's pretty interesting. And we're gonna stick it somewhere in here, maybe on one of these walls or something, or maybe hanging from the ceiling. I don't know. We'll figure out something, but we're definitely gonna have to keep that. Oh, I did get a free sling. This is the thing that the firefighters used to carry me out of the van. It's got handles all the way around it. I guess it's like a one-use thing. They didn't want it back, so I guess I have that now. Not sure what I'll do with it, but got one of those. In case you were wondering, yes, the leftovers did survive. So the container the potatoes are in, it's a little bit crumbly. I think our potatoes are still alright though. They've got bacon infused in them. We can't throw this away. Oh yeah, no problem. Look at that. Oh yeah, bacon, turkey, grilled onions. Oh, looks like we sprung a leak on the side of this one. I'm gonna... There we go. Pick the bits of plastic out of here. And I think we'll... Oh, I just made a mess. I'm gonna throw this whole thing in the microwave and then we should have some dinner. I think we're gonna leave it at that. I've recorded multiple parts of the voiceover on this video like 4 times. This is 3 days out now. I can hardly wear pants. Like, the bruising is pretty obnoxious and I'm a little bit scatterbrained. So, yes, I'm fine. I now only have one van. Luckily I just spent all that work and effort getting the other one going, but hey, what are you gonna do, right? So I'm gonna call it good there. There's still other stuff going on. I still need to get the project for filming the RGB lights on the new Quantum chair, the forefront, done. But I'm gonna need a few days to kind of recover. There's something about a rapid deceleration of that magnitude that screws with you a little bit. But anyways, I'll talk to you guys soon. And yeah, if you don't, I can't believe I'm saying this, if you don't follow me on Twitter, there's links below. I usually chat with people on there quite a bit, so I don't know, hopefully it's not going to be too long before the next video, but fair warning if it is. Yeah, I'll catch you guys soon.